Well, I will get started. I just have a few things that I will go over before I turn over to Pamela. Good afternoon, and welcome to our presentation on managing social media, text, and email, all with one tool. Pamela Starr is our fantastic presenter today, but first, a little bit about us at SCORE. We are a nationwide nonprofit organization that's an independent part of the Small Business Administration. SCORE provides small businesses with free, confidential business mentoring, both in person and online, as well as educational services such as this webinar. We have 90 volunteers in our SCORE Minnesota division, serving Manatee and Sarasota counties. And our chapter was recognized as District Chapter of the Year for 2022. What we can do for you. No matter what stage of your business that you are in, SCORE is ready to help. If you are in the startup stage and you just have an idea, we can help you through that thought process. If you are in the startup phase and ready to open your business, we have somebody that can help with that. If you are already in business, but you need a little fine tuning, you could definitely give us a call. Or even when you are ready to sell, we have a team of experts that are ready to assist. We have a brand new website for you to find us on. That's visitscore.org/Minnesota. There you can find that you can request a mentor or sign up for one of these great webinars, such as this one with Pamela. And we would not be here if it wasn't for our SCORE sponsors. We would like to thank the SCORE Minnesota sponsors and community partners that we have highlighted here. And now I believe it is time to introduce our presenter, Pamela Starr, who is a leading authority on building customer loyalty. Take it away, Pamela.
All right, well, thank you for that introduction. All right, so I see Wanda, you get the prize for being the first person to write something into the Q&A. And Wanda asked, are webinar presenters also mentors? I am not a mentor, but I have been a friend of SCORE since 2010, providing all kinds of educational workshops similar to today to SCORE chapters actually all around the country. So just so everybody knows, if you do have a question for me during today's presentation, please put it in the Zoom Q&A. I've got 2 monitors going, lots of windows open. I'm going to keep an eye on the Q&A. I probably won't be looking at the chat. So Leola, if you see if anybody might have put a question at the chat at some point, if you can copy it and put it into the Q&A, that would be helpful for me.
I sure
will. So a little bit more about me. I have done, as I mentioned, lots of professional webinars for SCORE, including SCORE Minnesota. Many of you may have attended some of my other webinars that I have done as a Grow with Google trainer. That is a great gig. I love doing Grow with Google presentations, and hopefully you'll hear some of the ones either I have done in the past, or you'll join me at some of the ones that I have done in the future. But today, I'm approaching this a little bit differently. In addition to being a Grow with Google partner or Grow with Google trainer, I am a small business marketing expert myself. I do have my own website. You can find me at PamelaStarOnline.com. So that's a whole host of more information, and also a lot of information that I share that says, talk to your local SCORE chapter, because SCORE is one of my favorite organizations to partner with. So just kind of wanted to let you know just a little bit about me and why I am here. Now, today, we're going to talk about how you can use one tool, Constant Contact, to connect with your current customers, your future customers, to really grow your business. When I talk to anybody about marketing their small business, the number one question people always want to know is, how can I get more customers? You do definitely need to do outreach to get new customers, but you also want to be sure that you have a plan in place to connect with your existing and your past customers. Getting a new customer, brand new to you, can cost 5 to 25 times more than actually retaining a current customer. And retaining your current customers by only 5% can actually increase profits 25 to up to 95%. Now, I know that's a really big range, but the bottom line here is you do definitely need to have a plan in place to keep in touch with your current customers, your past customers, and also people who perhaps are friendly with your business, but maybe they haven't quite used your services yet. Keep in mind, 99% of consumers check their personal email at least once a day. That's higher than the percentage of people that look at social media. It's higher than the number of people that look at videos. So email is definitely one of the best ways of keeping in touch with people. Although in today's presentation, I'm absolutely going to be talking about social as well as text marketing, because I get a lot of questions about both of those too. When it comes to staying in touch, you definitely do want to think about what are the different ways you can stay in touch with people. Small business brands that connect with their customers across at least 3 different channels see a 5 times higher increase in purchases than people who only connect with customers through one channel. So what do I mean by channels? Today, we're talking about email marketing is one channel, social media is a second channel, and SMS or text marketing is a third channel. So using these different channels can really help your business grow. However, I am a realist, just like all of you. It can be hard to keep up with your social media platforms, email marketing, videos, maybe. You've heard me do a YouTube presentation in the past. It can be hard to keep up with all of that. That's why it's great to know that we've got one tool that I'm going to be talking about here today that you can manage all of those things just in one place. You still need to do the work, but at least you've got just one tool to manage all of those things. Having a cross-channel marketing approach, meaning email, social, and SMS or text marketing, that can also boost your average user's lifetime value by more than 75%. So keeping in touch with these people over the course of time is absolutely going to help your business grow. Here's what I'm going to go into today: how these 3 tools can help you connect. What are the strengths of each one of these channels, and when do you want to use them? How can you create a great marketing experience that has an impact on your bottom line? And then how can you manage them all just, just in that one particular tool? So let's start off talking about how those different tools can help you connect, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed that, oh my goodness, you're running your business, you're taking care of your family, you're doing whatever your obligations are, and the last thing I want you to do is feel overwhelmed. But let's talk about these 3 different channels and the differences that they have. Social media is kind of like being at a cocktail party. And so I'm using this party principle or this party analogy simply because I think it's something that we can understand. So with social media, it's like being at a big cocktail party. There's lots of people out there. Maybe you know some of them, maybe you don't know all of them. You're hoping to make some new connections. But when you're at a big party, you're not really developing a deep relationship with anybody. Using email marketing is kind of like the after party. You connect with people a little bit more deeply. That's when everyone feels a little bit more relaxed and they're getting to know you on a more meaningful level, simply because there's not just a big glob of people out there, everyone kind of trying to impress each other, like there might be at a big party, which is what social media is all about. On social media, we're all trying to impress each other. Email marketing is when you can develop a little bit deeper relationship with people. They can get to know your business better. Now, text marketing, think of that as the VIP party. People who really want to connect with you, they will absolutely give you their cell phone number so that way they can get important information from you. So as you can imagine, with social media, you have the opportunity to appeal to a big range of people. With email marketing, it gets a little bit smaller, but those people are much more interested in your business. And then with text marketing, the number of people that want to give you their cell phone number will be even smaller, but they really do want to hear from you. All right, so now let's kind of talk about what are the strengths of each one of these channels. With email marketing, or rather with social media marketing, this is where you can engage with people that are your current connections and reach a new audience. Social media marketing is great to get other people to share your message with their friends and associates. Email marketing gets you an opportunity to approach people individually in their inbox. And as we already talked about, 99% of people check their personal email at least once a day. So if you send somebody an email, they may not read it, but as long as you're using a good quality email marketing tool, you've got a good feeling that it's actually at least going to land in their inbox. One of the downsides of social media that not a lot of people really understand is if you do one social media post, say on Facebook, Facebook's algorithms will typically only even offer your post up to about 4% of the people who are currently following you. So if you have 100 followers on Facebook, only 4 people might even be offered your particular post. Now, I'm not saying don't do social media marketing, because one of the values of social media marketing is those 4 people can absolutely forward your post to their friends. And that's what you want to aim for with social media marketing. Now, SMS or text marketing, that's your opportunity to send people a really short message. It should be time sensitive and it should be exclusive. And I'm going to give examples of all of this in just a couple of minutes. Now, just for a point of clarity, in today's presentation, I'm going to kind of flip back and forth between referring to text marketing and SMS marketing. Just to understand, text marketing is kind of a general catch-all phrase. With text marketing, sending text messages, like we're familiar with sending text messages to our friends, you can typically attach like a photo or video. SMS marketing does not allow you to attach photos or videos. It's simply letters. So when I refer to SMS marketing, that's simply what I'm talking about. It's sending quick messages without, photos or videos or something like we might be used to sending text messages to our friends. So let's go ahead and talk about using social to kind of get some mass momentum here. I'm going to kind of pause and look at the Q&A. Paulette, you're correct. You can only see the speakers. You can see me. You should be able to see Leola, but you cannot see the other attendees. So you are good with that. Carol asked a question. Will the slideshow and the transcript of the webinar be available to you at one point? Leola, if you want to address how you're going to be handling that, that would be great.
Yes, all of our attendees will be receiving the slide presentation via email in just a few days after today's presentation.
Okay, great. I thought that was the case, but I don't ever want to make presumptions when I'm working with a partner organization. All right, so for your social media strategy, you don't want to just be randomly sending out social media posts. You do want to have a process in mind. There are 3 different types of social media posts you should think about for your individual business. Some of those posts are going to be building awareness, not just about your business, but how you can help people. The whole point of that particular type of post is to educate people who already know you, but you really want to create the types of posts that are what we're going to call share worthy. Because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, you want people who know you to forward your post to their friends. Other types of posts you can do are what we would consider to be customer service type posts, letting people know you can ask us questions if you have a problem, and we will be happy to answer your question on social media. Also, you can do posts that encourage people to take some action right now. Let people know you're having a special promotion. Ask people to leave a review. Ask people to forward your information. It's kind of funny with online marketing, well, in-person marketing as well. But today we're talking about online marketing. If you ask somebody to do something, if you ask them to take some action, they are a heck of a lot more likely to do it than if you don't. So if you do want to encourage action, you can say to people in your post, this is important information. Please share this with other people who may need to know this as well. Or please share this with your friends. Or please leave a review about us on social media. Tell people what to do, and they're going to be a heck of a lot more likely to actually do that. So for your social media posts, those are 3 different categories of posts that you may want to think about doing, rather than just sitting in front of your computer or staring at your phone on a given Wednesday afternoon saying, what am I supposed to post on social media right now? I can't think of anything. Think of these 3 different categories, and that may help you come up with good ideas. Now, if you really want to take a deep dive into social media marketing for your business, by all means, look at SCORE Minnesota's website. They've done lots of social media webinars in the past, and I'm sure they've got some for the future. Look and see what they've got, because there are a lot of presenters that they work with that do full presentations just about social media marketing. Now, when it comes to email, remember social media, that's kind of the party, the big party. Email is a way that you can actually deepen relationships with people. With email marketing, of course, you do want to stay compliant with federal laws. It does start with permission. Just because you happen to have somebody's email address does not mean that they have given you permission to send them email marketing messages. What you do want to do, though, is give people a reason to want to give you their email address. Give them a reason to sign up for your email account. Now, again, what you do want to be sure that you are using a good quality, reputable email marketing tool. I use Constant Contact. I used to work for Constant Contact. I'm still partnered with Constant Contact. So I recommend Constant Contact. There are a lot of other really good tools out there. MailChimp is great. Lots of people love MailChimp. If you are a bigger company, there are other types of tools. If you are a solo entrepreneur, there are a variety of tools that are great for you as well. But for all of those tools, you do need to ask people to give you permission to send them email marketing messages. One of the best ways to encourage people to give you permission is to offer them something of value. If you have the type of business where you can offer people a coupon or a discount, that's great. You can have a message on your website or a message on social media that says, hey, do you want to get this discount? Great. Click here, and then they can automatically sign up for your email newsletter or your email marketing tool. If you don't have the type of business where you can offer people a coupon or a discount, don't worry. You can still offer them something of value. You can offer people a free special report that talks about whatever your particular topic is. So that's something that you can offer people of value. You can have a long report, or it can just be a quick little one-page report that maybe has 3 dangers to avoid about whatever your particular topic is. Again, though, what you do want to be sure that you're using is a good quality email marketing tool. In that tool, you would set up a sign-up form, and then that's what you would share with people. That way, as soon as people fill out that form, they're automatically putting themselves in your email marketing tool. They are opting in to receive email marketing messages from you, so that way you can communicate with them via email on an ongoing basis. Now, we talked a couple of minutes ago about your social media marketing strategy, the types of social media posts you should send. With email marketing, you need to have a strategy for that as well. There typically are 2 different types of posts that you want to send, emails you want to send through email marketing. Those are informational emails and promotional emails. Promotional emails are, we're having a sale, or I've got 3 openings left, or I'm offering this new service. That's great. Those are things that people need to sign up for. They need to purchase from you. But what you really want to focus your email marketing strategy on is giving them information first, so that way they look forward to getting your emails. If every single email they get from you is buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, chances are good they're going to unsubscribe from your email list. What I recommend is think of a balance. Maybe for every 3 informational emails that you send that talks about different things that are interesting to your audience, then you can send out 1 promotional email. And that promotional could be buy my product, or sign up for a consultation, or something along those lines. Just be sure you're giving people information that is valuable to them. It shouldn't necessarily be just about how great your particular business is, or that you won some award for being the salesperson of the year. That's nice to share with people, but be sure the information you're sharing with them is information that is going to help them in their ongoing life, whether they choose to use your product or services today or not. All right, I see Bo just put in a question. Is there a ratio for sending the social media posts, i.e. 2 to 1 to 1, build awareness, customer services, encourage action? And is there any ratio for social to email to text? Bo, when it comes to social media, again, you do want to be sure that the majority of your posts are helpful posts that are going to help people have an improvement in their day. Again, you don't want to just send out posts that are just buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. I don't have a good thought process or a good ratio for the number of social media posts compared to emails, compared to text messaging. And that's simply because social media is such a large audience. You typically do want to do more. Email is that mid-sized number of people, in which case you don't want to overwhelm people with emails. You do want to be sure that you're sending people information of value. Text marketing, that's kind of a whole nother ballpark that we're going to talk about here right now. Text marketing is great when you have something that is urgent to send out to people. Now, again, with text marketing, a lot of retailers go really hot and heavy with text messages, and over communicating is one of the fastest ways of getting people to send you that stop sending me information message. So be mindful of that. If you're using a reputable tool, and I'll talk a little bit about Constant Contact here in a couple of minutes, you'll get reports to let you know when are people unsubscribing from your emails and unsubscribing from your text communication. When people start to unsubscribe, that's a great sign, Bo, that you are over communicating. Now, when it comes to text marketing, this is something that not a whole lot of small businesses tend to use, simply because you cannot just randomly text people. But now that there are some great tools that make it easier and more affordable for small businesses, I definitely recommend you start thinking about, is this something that could benefit your business? In order to use text messaging in a way that is going to help your business grow, you want to remember that whole VIP party concept. The messages that you send people via text or SMS, they should be exclusive. This is just for you. It shouldn't be the same thing that's available to people on social media or even on email. The message that you send to people do need to create value for them. They should be personalized as much as possible, and they should be kind of friendly, kind of conversational. Now, that's a lot to think about when you're creating text messages for your particular business. But the more you get used to it, the better you'll become at that. Now, you may be familiar with email marketing. There is something called the CAN-SPAM Act, which says that you cannot send email messages just to random people. With text messaging, it is also highly regulated. The Federal Trade Commission is the government agency that regulates text messages. You need to ensure people opt in to receive text messages from your business. Just because you happen to have their cell phone number, and even Just because perhaps you've had one-to-one text communication with a prospect, that does not mean that you can legally send them text marketing messages. You do need people to opt in, and you can do that by having an opt-in form on your website. Or if people are already opted in to receive email marketing messages from you, you can send them a dedicated email and say, hey, great news. We've got a special text-only club or a text-only group. And if you'd like to receive exclusive information that's only available via SMS or text, here's a link that you can use to fill out a particular form to opt in to receive text marketing. So if people opt into email marketing, that is different from opting in to SMS or text marketing. They need to opt into both of them. One doesn't cover both things. So just kind of want to be sure that you all are staying above the law here when it comes to your text marketing. So start thinking about, if you want people to join your list, whether it's your email list or your social media or your text list, you need to ask them. And we talked just a couple of minutes ago about the best way to get people to do something is to actually ask them or to tell them to do that. If your business is the type where you engage with people in person, maybe you're a retail store, or maybe you have a food truck where you see people face to face, have that conversation with them. When people are checking out, ask them, glad to see that you're here today. Glad you're buying our products. Glad you're enjoying our food. We've got great email lists. We've got a great text list where we send people information. We'd love for you to sign out. If you are at events, you can absolutely ask people to sign up for your email list and or your text list. So absolutely have those eyeball to eyeball conversations with people and ask them. If you have print materials, if you have signs in your business, or perhaps you're going to an event and you're passing out a flyer, you can absolutely have a place there where people can sign up, either on flyers, brochures, or even if you're doing direct mail, good old fashioned snail mail. And there is a time and a place for that type of marketing as well. You can have a link attached to a QR code. People can scan the QR code and automatically sign themselves up to receive ongoing communication from you. Now, online, obviously, you want to be sure that you're giving people the opportunity to opt in to your email list as well as your text marketing list. On your website, give people that option. On all of your social media accounts, give people that option as well. Now, the thing about social media, remember I mentioned earlier that if you create one social media post and you have 100 followers, chances are good that that post will only be offered by that social media platform to, on average, 4 people. So just because you posted once about having people to sign up for your email list or for your text marketing list, that doesn't mean that's enough. You probably do want to ask people on a regular basis. Now, obviously, not every single post, but maybe just kind of build into your social media marketing strategy, maybe once a month or so. You're going to send out a message letting people know, hey, I've got this special report. If you want to get this by email, click here and request this. And then perhaps a couple of weeks later, you can let people know, hey, if you're interested in getting exclusive discounts or exclusive benefits via text, click here to opt in to receive text messages. And just know in your social media plan that you probably do want to do posts like that about once a month or so on average, just so that way over the course of time, more and more people will see that and more people will show up, will sign up for your email and your text marketing strategies. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is how can you create a great experience? It's great to know that you need to be in these different places. It's great to know that you need to ask people to sign up for your email list and your social media marketing accounts, as well as text. But once people are there, you need to give them information that they find valuable, so that way they stay. So that way, over the course of time, they do decide that they want to go ahead and use your products or your services. The thing to keep in mind is social, email, and text. While they are three very different marketing areas, you do want to kind of think about them in concert. Meaning on social, you can give people little snippets of information about whatever perhaps your topic of the month is. On email, that's where you can send people more information about whatever that particular topic is you want to cover in, we'll say, the month of May. And then text marketing, remember, that's your VIP list. You do want to be sure that those messages also echo what you're doing for your overall marketing strategy. Now, I know that's a lot of marketing that you're thinking about. How can you come up with all of these different messages? Good thing to keep in mind is the people on those different lists will typically be different. So you can absolutely repurpose content. This is what all the big organizations do. If you have content on your website, you can repackage that. Maybe if you have one article on your website, you can take little snippets of that and use a couple of little pieces of information as multiple social media posts. Or you can turn that into one email. Maybe your email that you send out to people on your email list has the first 2 paragraphs of that article that's on your website. And then you have a link on your email that says, click here to read more. And then that link will take people over to your website. You're not having to recreate information. You're just kind of repurposing it. If you get reviews or if you get comments, perhaps if you have a blog, people put comments on, you can use that information on your social media as well as on your text. Do keep in mind that when it comes to social media marketing, especially, you do want to have kind of a different flavor if you're using different types of social media tools. Instagram kind of has one flavor compared to LinkedIn. Those are 2 very different types of social media platforms. So you want to be mindful that not every post on social media is going to be right for every platform out there. Now, if you're really not sure what to say, definitely consider trying artificial intelligence. That is the super hot, super sexy topic everybody in marketing is talking about right now as we're getting into the middle of 2023. If you're not sure what to say, artificial intelligence tools or AI tools can absolutely help you come up with ideas about what your particular topic is. You don't need to worry about writer's block. You don't even necessarily need to worry about, are you a good writer or not? And you can have different options when it comes to artificial intelligence. There are several different artificial intelligence tools that are out there that are free. Google has one that Google is rolling out. And if you want to get information about that, you can Google AI. There is another tool out there that's by a company called OpenAI. They were the one that really kind of blew the doors off of artificial intelligence last fall. Their tool is called ChatGPT. There's a free version of that you can start using for gathering ideas. What I definitely recommend is if you haven't started experimenting with artificial intelligence when it comes to your marketing, definitely play around with it a little bit. Either try and see if you can get into Google's tool. They're not allowing everybody to use that yet because they're rolling it out slowly. The OpenAI, their ChatGPT tool, that one may be a little bit easier for you to set up a free account with and just kind of experiment with that. Constant Contact also now has artificial intelligence built into its newer accounts, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a couple of minutes. So, how do you manage all of this information? And I know it's a lot, and I'm not expecting that every single person that is on today's webinar, I see that there are 82 of you on now. I'm not expecting every single one of you is going to have a full-blown multi-channel marketing presence because it takes time. I understand that. I don't do as much with all of those tools as I ought to be doing, and I am the marketing expert. So, and that's because I'm spending a lot of time actually doing my job, which is delivering presentations to you. The good news is, as I mentioned here, you can manage your social media, your email, and your text marketing through Constant Contact can be built into that one account. Many of you may be familiar with Constant Contact. I have done Constant Contact presentations for a lot of organizations in the past. And I know that SCORE Minnesota has got some great Constant Contact and email marketing presenters that also talk about this particular tool. So I'm not going to get deep into the ins and outs of Constant Contact today, but I do want to just kind of show you how you can manage all of these different marketing tools within that one particular account. Now, this is a screenshot of my Constant Contact account, and I just wanted you to see in Constant Contact, you've got the ability to create a whole variety of different types of campaigns. You can create email campaigns for the people who've signed up for your email list, and those are just kind of like one email at a time. Maybe you're doing your May email to let people know what's going on in your business this month. You can do email automation, which is basically a drip campaign. That's the fancy name for what us normal people would consider a drip campaign. And a drip campaign is something that you set up once, and then when people sign up for your email list, they automatically get a series of emails that go out to them based on when they signed up for your particular email campaign. Those emails, generally, you want them to be kind of evergreen content. You don't want them to be tied to specific months, because some people might sign up for your list in May. Other people might sign up for your list in October. So you want to be sure that the emails are kind of evergreen. That's a great strategy because it can really save you time. You also can do social media posts in your Constant Contact account, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. You can do online advertising, both on Facebook, and you also can do Google Ads through your Constant Contact account. You can set up events in your Constant Contact account. My screenshot says legacy events because I've had my account for so long. I've got the legacy version of it. You can create online surveys. You can do those online landing pages, which are those sign-up forms that I referenced in relation to getting people to sign up for your email list, as well as having people sign up for your text. And then if you have a premium account, and at the very end of today, I'll tell you about their different account packages. Constant Contact actually just changed those. I think it was just like 2 weeks ago. So I'll give you the newest and greatest information. But again, you can do Google advertising, and you can actually do SEO, all from within one Constant Contact account. But today, we're not going to get into all of that. I just kind of want to focus on the 3 tools that we're talking about: social, email, and text. So managing your social media account from within Constant Contact is similar to creating emails. For those of you that may have used Constant Contact or MailChimp or another good, reputable email marketing tool, you may be familiar with that. Within Constant Contact, if you want to create your social media posts, you would choose a campaign, like I just showed you a moment ago, such as a social media post. Then Constant Contact, again, within what we tend to think of as our favorite email marketing tool, will have the opportunity for you to create that social media post. This is an example on your screen of a social media post that I created, I think it was last week, letting people know, hey, great news, I'm doing this particular presentation for SCORE Minnesota. In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that I have attached my professional Facebook page, as well as my Twitter account to my account, my Constant Contact account. And I decided I wanted to share this one particular post with those 2 tools, Twitter and my professional Facebook account. So I wrote my little message. Just so you know, when I look here, that's where my camera is. When I turn over here, that's where I can actually see my slides. So what I said here was, join me in SCORE Minnesota on May 3rd. I'm doing a free webinar called Social, Text, and Email Marketing. Manage them all with just one tool. So I wrote that. And then underneath that, I added an image. So let's talk a little bit about images. Now, after that, I scheduled when do I want that particular post to go out. And then you can click schedule post, and then it automatically happens. So the next thing I'm going to talk about here are the images. Within Constant Contact, you've got a whole variety of different options for your images. For everybody that has a Constant Contact account, you will have an image library. And over the course of time, you will upload pictures that are relevant for your particular business that you may want to share either in an email you create or on a social media posts. So what you see right here is my particular account with my particular library in there. But what I want you to see is up at the top, that where I've got the little circle there, you can upload new pictures to your library if you have them stored on your computer or on your phone someplace. Or let's say you don't have the right picture for the right message that you want to send out. Constant Contact has an image gallery. That image gallery's got a whole bunch of free images you can use, both in social media as well as in your emails. And there are also some premium images. I tend to use the free images because I would rather use free than pay people for something. But on occasion, you might find something that's perfect. The paid images, it may be something like $5 to use, like the perfect image that you think is exactly what you want to use. The other thing that you can do from within your Constant Contact account is you can create graphics on Canva. Many of you may be familiar with Canva. It is a tool which has developed tremendously in the last couple of years. You can sign up for a free Canva account separate from Constant Contact. And in your free Canva account, you can create all kinds of graphics. You can create presentations. You can create videos now within Canva. Canva has a free level as well as a paid level. The good thing for those of you who might use Constant Contact, you can actually access a Canva account from within your Constant Contact account to create great custom designed graphics that you want to share on your emails and also in your social media posts that you schedule from within Constant Contact. So there's a big number of things that you can do here. Don't get overwhelmed with all of that stuff. I just wanted to mention it to you so that way you know that if you do want to kind of really focus on developing your overall online marketing campaign, you've got resources within a Constant Contact account to get everything that you need. So that was just a super quick overview about how you can create and schedule social media posts with custom images within your Constant Contact account. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can create opted-in email marketing messages within Constant Contact. And for those of you that have kind of been around this world for a while, you probably know that Constant Contact is a great email marketing tool. For those of you maybe who aren't familiar with it, what's nice about Constant Contact is there are a whole host of templates for emails that you can choose to use at no additional charge once you have a Constant Contact account. What many people don't know, though, is in addition to using the kind of stock templates, and don't worry about the idea of using a template because you can change anything on all of their regular templates. You also have the opportunity to have a custom designed email template created just for you. If you're interested in something like this, if you already have a Constant Contact account, put a note in the chat for me, and then I will get with you afterwards to let you know how I can help you get a free custom designed email template for your Constant Contact account if you already have a Constant Contact account. If you do not yet use Constant Contact, if you decide to use Constant Contact, at the end of today's presentation, I'll let you know how you can sign up for Constant Contact. I've got a discount for you, and I will help you get one of those custom designed accounts as well. So if you want that custom designed template, what the designers at Constant Contact will do, if I request it for you at no charge for you, is they'll look at your website or they'll look at your social media, they'll look at your graphics, they'll get your logo, they'll have your colors. So the email layout that they create for you will be 100% branded just to your business. What I have on the screen is an example of one that I arranged for another person who I know. All of these custom design templates are really fantastic. So I just wanted to share that that's an option for you that I can help you all with. Now let's talk a little bit about managing text marketing from within Constant Contact. So for those of you that already use Constant Contact, you probably know, that people need to opt into your Constant Contact account to send emails and that type of thing. With text marketing, it is an add-on to Constant Contact. Just kind of behind the scenes, what happens is Constant Contact has partnered with another company that does text marketing. So if you decide that you do want to give text marketing a try, that is an additional fee on top of whatever it is that you're paying for Constant Contact. And in a couple of slides, I do have the fees, so that way you can see what that is. But if you currently have a Constant Contact account, all that you need to do is add text marketing on top of it. If you decide after today's webinar, hey, wait a minute, I need one of these accounts so I can do all of these things, you first need to purchase a Constant Contact account and then add text marketing on top of it. But you do that all from within your Constant Contact account. The way that that works, for those of you who already have an account, you would simply go into kind of the back end of your accounts. The upper right-hand corner, there should be your name. Click on that. There'll be a little drop down. Click on My Account in that, and then you'll have the opportunity to go into the billing and you can add SMS. So for those of you that already have Constant Contact accounts, if you want to add it, that's how you would do that. Now, for everybody, just know that with text marketing, you do need to go through some hoops. That's not Constant Contact being persnickety. That's the Federal Trade Commission being very careful to be sure that, yes, you are a legitimate business. You do need to have an EIN number in order to qualify to do text marketing. An EIN number, if you're not sure what that is, you're familiar with your Social Security number, which kind of registers you as a person here in the United States. It's what you use on your taxes. In layman's term, an EIN number, that basically is kind of the equivalent of a Social Security number for your business. If you're not sure how to get that, that is a great conversation to have with a SCORE mentor. They can talk to you about when you need an EIN number, why it might be really helpful for your business. Bottom line is, if you have an EIN number, that means you don't have to share your Social Security number for other organizations that might ask it about your business. You would give them your EIN number instead. With text marketing, you do need to have an EIN number to do that. Excuse me. So again, before you get started, you do need to be sure that you qualify. You are a legitimate business with that EIN number. And there are a couple of hoops that you do need to jump through within Constant Contact to be sure that the text marketing feature is going to work appropriately for you. It's not hard. It's just that everybody wants to be sure that you are compliant with the Federal Trade Commission and that you're not, one of those spammers that's just sending random text messages to random people. Once you get that set up, then in your Constant Contact account, remember I showed you this earlier, you'll be able to set up a campaign. It can be an email campaign. It can be an SMS text campaign now, or it can be the other campaigns that we talked about before, email automation, social media, ads, and that type of thing. But this is what the text marketing would look like once you add that onto your Constant Contact account. Now, I see some people have got questions in the Q&A. I will get to those here in just a couple of minutes. If anybody has put questions in the chat, please type your question into the Q&A. I'm not eyeballing the chat just because, as I said earlier, there's only so many places I can look. Please put any questions you have into the Q&A, and I will get to those before we wind up. The very last thing I want to share with you is brand new to Constant Contact, and that is Constant Contact's artificial intelligence, or AI. The way that this works now is if you have a new account, and I believe for existing accounts, they're starting to roll this out. You have the option to try out their AI platform. The way that that works is you go to the AI generator that's within your Constant Contact account. You say, this is the basic outline, or this is the basic information of what I want to talk about in this email or in this particular text. And so what I wrote here is, and this is true, I have a new online course for small businesses to help them get more clients by doing presentations. Clicked generate content. And then all of a sudden, pretty much instantly, this whole artificial intelligence article was written. Are you struggling to attract new clients for your small business? Look no further, blah, 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 blah. Now, As I said earlier, I have been experimenting with a lot of different AI tools out there. What I recommend is when you use something like this, keep in mind the words may not be exactly the way you want them to be. You can always edit it, but it's a jillion times easier to edit something that's already written for you than to stare at a blank screen and think, oh my gosh, how am I even going to get this started? So keep in mind, you can copy that and paste it straight into your email, paste it straight into your text message, but chances are good, you're probably going to want to change it up just a little bit so that way it has a little bit more of your personality on it. Also, with artificial intelligence, with any tool that you are using, Constant Contact's tool, Google's tool, what have you, it's up to you to verify the information that is created for you. Artificial intelligence does not pass judgment on information. It may write an article that says, 29% of people, blah, blah, blah. It's up to you to be sure that those facts absolutely are straight. But if you just want an article letting people know you have a new product or a new service, chances are good it's going to get you 95% to where you need to be. Now, how do you do all of this stuff? At the first part of today's webinar, I talked about social, email, and text marketing for your particular organization. But then as we promised when we promoted this webinar, I wanted to let you know how you can do all of this within Constant Contact. There's a whole suite of automation tools within Constant Contact that can kind of sort of put all of this on autopilot. And what I mean by that is you can dedicate one particular chunk of your business month and say, this is the time where I'm going to set up and schedule in advance my emails to go out, schedule my social media posts to go out for the entire month, and schedule my text messages to go out, scattered out through this particular month. Then you don't need to worry about, on any given Tuesday or Friday, oh my gosh, what are you going to say? One of the things I definitely recommend you think about when you're managing your time for your business is think about batching your time, meaning rather than always trying to figure out what's the next social media post that you need to do, dedicate that particular time. Maybe it's the first Monday of the month. This is the day you're going to do all of your marketing. Schedule it so you don't need to worry about it for the rest of the month because it's happening automatically for you because you set it up once. Then you can kind of forget it, at least for the rest of the month, or for how far out into the future you want to go. You can set it up for months into the future if you decide that you want to. The other thing that I love about Constant Contact is they do offer free, unlimited chat and telephone customer support. So if you are in your Constant Contact account and you're stuck, pick up the phone and call them. You may need to wait on hold for 5 or 6 minutes, but an actual human being will answer the phone and will help you. They will be able to actually go into the back end of your account and kind of make a copy of whatever you're trying to do and then fix it for you. Like I said, I have been working with Constant Contact for a very long time. I got my first Constant Contact account, I believe it was in 2008, started to go to work for them in 2010, left work from them in 2017. I still use support because I'd much rather have somebody else just fix it for me than me try and rack my brains trying to fix it myself. So I just wanted to be sure that people know that because a lot of the other free email marketing tools do not offer telephone support. So real quickly, I do want to just kind of let you know, as I mentioned, Constant Contact very recently, like 2 weeks ago, changed kind of their plans because of the AI and because of a couple of other features. There used to be 2 plans. Now there's 3 plans. You can get the light plan, which starts at $12 a month. You can get the standard plan, which starts at $35 a month, or you can get the premium plan, which starts at $80 a month. Text marketing, as I mentioned before, is an add-on. You can add it to any of those plans. It starts at an additional $10 a month if you have 500 contacts in your text marketing field. So if you wanted to get started right from the get-go, you could start with the light plan of Constant Contact, which is $12 a month, plus text if you choose to add that on, in which case then it would be, $22 a month. So I just kind of wanted to be very transparent with you about the pricing. Now, because I am partnered with Constant Contact, I can offer you actually a discount off of that pricing. I've got a special code that you can use to get 30% off each of your first 3 months of Constant Contact, regardless of what plan you might choose. So if you go with the light plan, which is only $12 a month, you can get 30% off of that, whatever that ends up being. If you would like to try that, you can go to my website and sign up for that at PamelaStarOnline/Constant Contact. That's a link that will take you right to the place on Constant Contact that's got the sign up as well as the breakdown with the discount. Or if you are inclined, you can take a snap of the QR code that I have on my screen. That'll take you to the same place. That will give you that special discount code to Constant Contact. All right, I will leave that up there for a minute, just in case people want to take a look at that. I'm going to go through the questions right now. And of course, if anybody has a question that refers to something that I talked about earlier in the presentation, I'll flip back to that particular slide. All right, Kevin, I see your question. I'm located in Lee County and was wondering the website and phone number to contact. Kevin, if you can maybe clarify about that. Are you looking to contact SCORE? Are you looking to contact Constant Contact? Are you looking to contact me? Just let us know who it is you're trying to contact and we'll help you out. Let's see. Catherine says, what about creating the post? I use Canva to design the post. Is that available in Constant Contact? Absolutely. So Catherine, if you're talking about the social media posts, see if I'm in the right place. Absolutely. So Catherine, let me go back to right here. What you could do, Catherine, if you already use Canva, you could go into your Canva accounts and then just download the graphic and then import it into your Constant Contact library, which is right here. You would upload it into your library. And then let's say you've got a particular post. Looking at this screen here, you'll see kind of in the middle of the library, there's kind of a blue, there's a graphic that's got blue on it that says sell online with e-commerce tools. And then underneath that, there's the Grow with Google logo. I created that outside of Constant Contact in my Canva account. And then I uploaded that to my Constant Contact account. I've had that for a long time. It was before Canva was kind of built into Constant Contact. So Catherine, you've got some great options there for you. Let me close that out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Mark says, what is the Constant Contact's business model? What do they charge? Mark, you may have asked that question before I got to the fees here. Let's see. There we go. So that's their baseline pricing. Typically what they have for their price point at those first levels, the 12, 35, and 80, that's if you have up to 100 email addresses. If your list is larger than that, the price will go up a little bit. But Mark, if you go to the link that I had here, if you go to PamelaStarOnline.com/Constant Contact, that'll take you to a place where you can see the breakdown. So Mark, if you've got a bigger list, maybe you've got 5,000 email addresses, you can see what the price point would be for you on that. Just don't forget that if you use that link, there's that 30% off discount. Let me close that. All right, so Kelly asks a really good question. Kelly says, I'm struggling with how to get emails. I understand you said on the website you can have them opt in, but my question is, how do you drive them to that place on the website? So Kelly, that's a great question people ask all the time. And that kind of gets back to, let me see if I can find that particular slide. We'll use this slide here. You need to make it a focus for yourself, Kelly, to just keep in mind, you want to ask every single person you come into contact with for their email address. Now, here's the trick. Don't ask them for their email address. When you're talking to people about business, let them know, hey, I know you've got questions. I have a special report that I'll be happy to email to you that covers X, Y, and Z. Oh, would you like to get that? Here's how you can sign up for it. So use your social media to let people know that you've got this great information people can request via email. If you are talking to people one-on-one, let them know that. What you can do is Constant Contact will give you kind of a long link that people can click on to sign up for your email list. You can use a link shortener like bit.ly. I'll put that in the chat here. That is bit.ly. That's a link shortener that you can use to kind of create that short link. So that way it'll be easy for you to tell people what link to go to. So Kelly, you just need to like really focus on that. You can do online advertising. You may not be ready for that. That's always kind of like my least preferred opportunity. But for those of you that are interested and have budget, you can create some types of online ads, letting people know you've got this great content to offer to them for free. And if they want it, all they need to do is click here and fill out this quick form. That's how they get into your email list. So hopefully that kind of sort of answers your question then. Let's see. Nicole says, does Constant Contact allow you to embed videos? Whoops. I'm redirecting my customers to YouTube and not my own data all too often. I do not have my own videos yet, but I like to share my vendors' videos. Nicole, absolutely, yes. In your Constant Contact emails, you can actually set them up so that way you can link to a video. And that video does need to be hosted someplace, usually on YouTube, also on, I think it can link to Vimeo or Vimeo. So if you're using your vendors' videos, then what you would do is have their video, most likely it's going to be posted on YouTube, link that to your Constant Contact account. I don't have my account open right now, so I can't kind of walk you through that, but you absolutely can do that within your Constant Contact account. Let's see, somebody says, I use Canva Pro and Magic Write. Fantastic. Glad to know that those are great tools. Thank you for sharing that one. I'm not familiar with Magic Write. My guess is maybe it's Magic Write. I think that's the part within Canva. So I think that's fantastic you're using that. Lori says, got to the link, but it says something went wrong. Cannot seem to sign up. Lori, do this in the questions, type in your email address into the questions, and I'll help you out afterwards. Want to be sure that you get that. Okay, Kevin says that he's looking to contact their local SCORE. Kevin, I believe that you're in Lee County. Leola, do you cover Lee County, or is that somebody down in the Fort Myers area that covers Lee County? Do you happen to know?
Since I am from Maine and not Florida, I'm going to find out the answer to that question, and I will let Kevin know right away.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see. Okay, Michelle says, can you link multiple social media accounts like multiple Facebook? I'm assuming, Michelle, you're talking about in Constant Contact. The answer absolutely is yes. Let me see if I can kind of flip to right here. Maybe a little bit hard to see, especially if you're looking at this on your phone, but in the upper left-hand corner of my graphic here, this is where you create your post in Constant Contact. I've got my Facebook page, my Twitter account on there. If you have more than one Facebook page, you can absolutely connect those both to Constant Contact, and you could send one post out to those multiple pages. So hopefully that helps. Right, Kevin, I see that your question about being the free trial stage with Constant Contact. Kevin, do me a favor, put into the Q&A your email address, and I'll get back with you also. All right, to the question, Kevin, your Naples is, SCORE Naples is Lee County. So you can just do it. They're probably naples.score.org is my guess. Thank you, Catherine, for putting that answer in. Just kind of want to flip through and see. Okay, Lori asks a good question. I own two businesses, completely different businesses. Will Constant Contact allow me to organize and post and do auto post for two separate businesses, or will I need two separate accounts? Lori, you can absolutely use one Constant Contact account for your two separate businesses. It's just up to you to be sure you don't get things mixed up in your own head, but you absolutely can do that. So that's a great question, Lori. And I see, thank you for your email address. I'll contact you afterwards. Let's see. I believe I got through all of those questions here. All right, so I think that takes us to the ends. Let's see, I know that I ran a little bit late. I apologize for that here. Leola, let me flip back down to the final comments that we have from SCORE, and I'll let you take it over from here.
Okay, I'd like to thank all of our attendees today for learning more about managing your social media, text, and email. There is our website address right there. You can visit score.org/Manasota, where you could request a mentor right from that page or sign up for another webinar. And all attendees will be receiving a short survey to let us know how we can improve or other topics that you may be interested in. Thank you again for attending and have a great day.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thanks, Pamela. Bye-bye.